Hi, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Today's project is super fun and really easy. I know I say that a lot, but this one is all of that. It checks all the boxes, um, and it recycles a material that a lot of us probably have on hand right now, and it's how to use takeout containers for a project. So we're actually going to create a printing block from these that we can print and use on cards or just for decorations around the house. So you'll just cut out the top part, the flat part of the container, and then you'll get a colored pen so that way you can see what you're drawing, and you're going to draw your design on there. Now, if you use words, you got to be really careful. You need to write them backwards, because whenever they print, it'll print backwards. So you'll have to think about what the mirror image of the words would look like. So my suggestion is, if it's your first time doing it, to avoid doing words and just stick with objects or pattern. But if you really want to try words, then you can write it out and then put the paper on the window on reverse, and then you can see how it would be written and try it that way. But we're just going to stick to some designs. So you've got your foam, and you just press onto the foam. You'll start to feel it kind of give way, and you just draw your design. You can always sketch your design out on a separate piece of paper as well. And we'll just do some little fun designs on here. So wherever you are pushing down on your plate, this is going to stay white on your print. So you'll want to think about that as well. So this is just going to be everything that stays white whenever you print it down on your paper. We'll add a little bit more. Try to make this really quick. Whenever you take your time, it'll be a little bit nicer, but I just did a little heart with a little design on there. It almost looks like pie, so I might make it into pie. So after you get your design drawn on there, then you're just going to use markers, the washable markers. Sharpies aren't going to really help you out too much, because those will kind of stay. You want something that'll be washable. And I did some practice plates, and there was one that I had left out to dry for like 5 days, and I was still able to print from them. So even if you don't get to it right away, it'll still be there for you. Just gonna make this look like a little pie. So for the background of the plate, you can just do a design. You can leave it blank. You can just kind of draw on there. But you'll just color in your design. Oh, I missed one spot. You'll just color in your design with the marker. Then you'll take a paper, and if you have a spray bottle, you can spray it. If you don't have a spray bottle, and you could just take a wet paper towel and just kind of get it damp. You don't want it really wet. So if you have a spray bottle, you'll just wipe down the water so it's just slightly damp there. And then you'll take your printed block and you'll place it down, and you'll just gently rub it. And you can even carefully flip it over and then rub it with your hand kind of out. So I'm holding it down in the center and then using my hands to just kind of rub all of that ink off. And so you can lift it up and check, and mine is printed. So then I'll lift it up, and then there's my little printed block, and it took all of the marker off of my plate. So that can be used over and over again as much as you want. Try to get a smooth paper. If you do a rough paper, it'll kind of end up looking like that. So you'll want a nice smooth paper. So this was a block that I had done earlier, so you can make them kind of Easter themed. So I had printed a bunny that looked like this, and now I've got this one, and I'll just show you one more time how well it prints. So I'm just gonna spray that, wipe it down, and then place my block on there. And if you mess up on one side of your foam, if it's a thick piece of foam, you can just use the reverse. My other design was a little bit too complicated. All right, check it. Yep, that looks pretty good. So this one's just surrounded by jelly beans. So I'm going to show you. So that one I kind of left the face a little bit more clean, but so that's fun. You can change it up, print multiples of your block. You can even create smaller ones like this and then put it on a little cork, and they can be like a little stamp. So I think my paper is wet enough still. I'll just press that down. So you got a little stamp there. If you don't have a cork and you just make smaller ones, that totally works too. You can just press it down with your finger. This one's a little egg. So they print really, really well. All right. So like always, share what you guys create. Tag the Quincy Art Center at Quincy Art Center, and if you need more project ideas, you can always go visit our stories or our highlights to get some more project ideas of things that you have around your house. So enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy making things and creating things, and share what you have.